Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Reading from Gita, chapter number 2. We'll go to the next shloka. Text number 24. Achedyoyam adayoyam akledyo shosha eva cha nitya sarvagatasthano achaloyam shantanaha. Translation purport given by His Divine Gracious Bhakti Swami Srila Prabhupada. This individual soul is unbreakable or insoluble, and we can be neither burnt nor dried. He is everlasting, present everywhere, unchangeable, immovable, and eternally the same. Purport. All these qualifications of the atomic soul definitely prove that the individual soul is eternally the atomic particle of the spirit whole, and he remains the same atom eternally without change. The theory of monism is very difficult to apply in this case because the individual soul is never expected to become one homogeneously. After liberation from material contamination, the atomic soul may prefer to remain as a spiritual spark in the effulgent rays of the Supreme Personality of God. But the intelligent souls enter into the spiritual planets to associate with the personality of God. The word Sarvagataha, all pervading, is significant because there is no doubt that the living entities are all over God's creation. They live on the land, in water, in the air, within the earth, and even within the fire. The belief that they are sterilized in fire is not acceptable because it is clearly stated here the soul cannot be burned by fire. Therefore, there is no doubt that there are living entities also in the sun planet with suitable bodies to live there. If the sun globe is uninhabited, then the word Sarvagataha becomes meaningless. Nitya Sarvagata Stano Chiloyam Sanatana. Om Jnanatimirandasya Jnananjanashalakaya Chakshurmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupakada Nayam Tati Swapadam Vanchakalpatarubhyasya Upasindhubhya Eva Cha Patitanam Nibhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shiva Gaura Bhaktam. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Mukam karoti vachalam pangam langayate grim. Kripatu bhumante Shri Guru Dimatarinam. Hare Krishna. Is my voice clear? Hare
Yes,
Krishna.
Prabhuji. Yes, Prabhuji.
Hare Hare Krishna. So, Srila Prabhupada continuing the purport, the last purport here, where he is again giving the importance of how the jiva has a relation with the Lord. They are part and parcel. The jiva can never be independent of them. We discussed this very detailedly in the last shloka. We'll continue to discuss this further. Because if we understand this vital difference, then no matter what happens to oneself, we always have conviction and clarity in our life what to be done. Because, dear devotees, when we continue to think about this, what are all these scriptures or association of sadhus, Vaishnavas, they're giving us? First thing what they cultivate is they cultivate the faith in us. And this faith cultivation is not blind faith. This faith cultivation is very authorized process. This cultivation has been coming from our chain of disciplic succession. And the knowledge which we are gaining here is a deductive knowledge. What does it mean, a deductive knowledge? Deductive knowledge means coming from the chain directly from Krishna. So through this deductive knowledge, what are we getting is our desire to enjoy in separation of the Lord is removed. Why? Nitya Sarva Gataha Stharu Rachaloyam Sanatanaha. Nitya Sarva Gataha. Sarva Gataha means the soul is eternally present. And the soul is never diluted, never dissolved, never been cut into pieces. Just like 23 shloka also. Nainam Chindani Shastrani. Nainam Dahati Pavakaha. The soul can't be done anything to it. Please understand something which is very small. No, this is kind of packet is very small for us. Now I can do anything to this packet. I can break into 10 pieces. I can do anything what I want. There's some substance in it. Can break. Anything can be done. I can't do anything. Anything can be done, I can do. Through a desire, it can be manifested. But soul is not like that. Through my physical lens, I can't see it. Even though if somebody can see it, sorry, no one can see it. Even though if somebody can see it through their physical lens, because Lord has created that such a beautiful creation that it never be seen, never be destroyed. That means never be burned. That means, please understand, this is very small for us. This can be broke. This can be done. Anything can be done to this. But to something which is very small, nothing can be done to it. Oh, how magnanimous that is. How magnanimous is a creation. And then that creation, Nitya Sarvagataha, Sthanur Achaloyam Sanataha, Sanatanaha. Sthanur Achaloyam Sanatanaha. That means this is continuous. Who is telling? Krishna is personally telling this flow. It's a continuous. That means the Atma can go into different states. Can go into different states, but it is continuous. It has existence. So please understand this. So please understand the greatness of the creation of the Lord. So when you understand the greatness of the creation of the Lord, then we want to know more about the law. And we want to know more about his devotees. Why? Because we want to see what are their desires, what are their experiences, where is their faith, what do they think about, what do they do, how things manifest, why the spiritual world was there, why this material world was created. If the Lord loves us so much, if the Lord cares us so much, why this world is created? That means just to fulfill a desire of a person, Lord has created this exactly. Just to fulfill a desire. Now we can actually see in our life. Today I'm a spiritual master in the morning. Said, you have a very great snippet of a child. A child was crying. The devotee's daughter. She was crying in the class. And then her mother came and took her outside. Then he immediately said, see, the child might not know the importance of this because we, Jiva, we also do not know the importance of Krishna consciousness. And he said, when we don't know the importance of that, and when we don't give priorities to that, then what happens is the material nature will pick us up and put us somewhere else. What is happening? Because it is as per the desire of the jiva only. That's why we are here actually. We did not come just like that. We did not fly from the sky. Technically, we came from the sky only. What I'm saying is, without our intervention, we are not here. It is Jiva's intervention only. It is Jiva's desire only. It is Jiva's full-fledged thought process behind this that he wants to stay independent. So the moment Jiva gets the desire, the material nature will pick him up and put him. Just like the mother picked the child and then took her outside the classroom. Bhavatam class. Such a simple thing, but a profound. That's what when acharyas they speak, what happens is, when pure souls they speak, what happens is, it gets revelation in the heart. Why it gets revelation in the heart? Because so every person is at different state there, based on their desires, based on their usage of independence, based on their proclivity to take the process, based on their faith and conviction in the process, based on their levels of surrender, based on their submission to their spiritual master. It all depends on that. Why it all depends on that is, we hear that it is Nitya, we hear that it is Sarvagata. But if it is not kept in action, then what happens is the understanding to that process will not be manifested. For example, you see children playing in front of the home. Generally, they park cars or scooters, bikes in front of the home. During the daytime, everyone will go out. Then children will have space, especially on the weekends if they are not going to the school. What do? They play. You think everything is happening just like that? Wow. They get a desire to play. They express their desire. The parents has to grant. Parents has to sanction. Or the parents are sleeping, then that's an opportunity for the children to play. So the manifestation is there. Even though externally the parents doesn't want them to play in that particular state, if the desire is very deep, then they've been sent there. Because material nature is also a mother. Please understand. Not technically we are the mothers, we are the parents. She is also the mother. But she'll accommodate that. Just like in the spiritual world, internal energy is accommodating everything, all the devotees here. Just like Shamananda Prabhu, he comes here as Dukhi Krishna Das, and then he again goes to the spiritual world. Again he comes back. Again he goes, again he comes back. In this particular body only, everything is happening. That means what is this manifestation? Please understand. That means as per the desire of this particular personality, things are manifesting. Swamananda Prabhu is an exalted Vaishnav. He's a Manjari in the spiritual world. He gets the revelation. Srimati Radharani personally gives him that revelation. Dalita Saki tells her, you do this, and then he gets the revelation. So this is a very practical to see that this soul is always like this in this particular state. It is never devoid of anything. That is, whatever it wants to pursue, it gets that. If you want this soul to engage in sense gratification, it will give that. If you want this soul to do something else, it will give that. Whatever we aspire, the soul is ready, the material nature is ready to manifest that. To Rachana Mataji's question a couple of days back. After so much hearing, after so much understanding, why still the jiva wants to enjoy this material nature? Or the first answer to that is why the jiva is desiring to enjoy this material world is the jiva is hearing, the jiva is understanding, but the jiva is not developing a relationship. The jiva develops the relationship. That means if my master is telling, hey, come here, sit here, just you see a dog. You see, there are two kinds of dogs. One is trained dog, one is untrained dog. Trained dog has a belt. Untrained dog doesn't have a belt. And anyone would see a dog with a belt means they understand that this dog is not a street dog, somebody's dog. Okay. When the master says you come and sit here, then she will come and sit. The master says you go and eat outside, she'll go and eat. And she understands the language of the master. Because what? She's always there with the master. So what is she developing? She's developing a relationship with the master. I'm just giving an example. Not that I'm not comparing this to dog or anything like that. Just giving an example to understand. Through the process of training, through the process of shikshana is training. Through the process of shikshana, what happens is the trainee naturally will develop a relationship. No, nobody has to tell that. Just like nobody has to tell the child that she's your mother, go and offer obeisances. Or she is your mother, go and tell this, go and tell that. She will do that naturally. That happens. That is called as a natural state. Nobody has to tell, nobody has to prove anything. Likewise, through the process of training, through the process of understanding, what happens is one will naturally develop a relationship with the trainer, with the teacher. So through that relationship, what happens is they will get the strength to follow the instructions. Just like here, what Srila Prabhupada is telling, just like our superiors or Vaishnavas, spiritual masters, they're telling us, what are they telling is, the jiva has a relationship. Jiva is part and parcel, is never in separation. Jiva can never stay in separation. Just like when I was working, we used to have experiments. Not we do that, because we are into software service. There are departments like quality control or production, manufacturing production. There are departments like sterilization. Because in a big In big facilities, what happens is they have huge reactors, bioreactors. Those huge bioreactors have to be sanitized. So before they inject any material in that, the huge bioreactors have to be sanitized for 800 degrees. Because if it is not sanitized by until 800 degrees, all the living entities which are there in that bioreactor will not die. Okay. Now, after sanitization is complete, then they do the process. Okay. This is done, right? After the process of bioreaction, when the product is out, they again do a quality test. Why? To see if there is any practical income. Because nobody is sure. Nobody is 100% giving assurance that there is no contamination in the bioreactor. Please. Nobody is giving an assurance here. Bioreactor is there and it is authorized also. It is tested that complete assurance is there that 800 degrees centigrade was being maintained and then everything is clean. Okay. And then after that, again they do the test. Now, why am I telling this is no matter what, if you do 800 or 10,000 degrees centigrades also, still you will find ruby this. For example, the living entities might not be there in that state, but the living entities will be there somewhere else. That means who can sustain the 10,000 degrees centigrade. So that is a clear proof and indication that the soul will remain continuous. That means even if 10,000 degrees centigrade is there, still you see living entities there. This is a core example of what Shilpa is mentioning here about sun planet. It's clearly telling that in the sun planet, the jivas are living. Because what are they doing? They're doing service to sun god. The sun god has a project. He has to maintain the planet. You need jivas. So Lord has accommodated jivas there also. We have to do service. They have to see that all of those things are taken care of. Now, these things have to be addressed. So very clear indication. This is a proof that sun planet how many degrees? We don't know how many degrees. Even there also we have geos. That is what kind of bodies they have. Just like we have watery bodies, they have fiery bodies. Our eating is different, their eating is different. The moon planet is very cold. Actually, nobody can bear the cold of moon planet. It is very cold. We cannot go to the moon planet with these bodies. We cannot go. We cannot exist there because they are the different state. That means earthly bodies have earthly planets. Please understand. How much we have? Earth has how much water? 70%. Our body also has 70%. Roughly. I don't know the exact numbers. 70 to 75. Our body also has that. That means to maintain one's existence at a particular location, one should get that kind of a body. Likewise, the Jiva is getting a body here. One second. Likewise, the Jiva is getting a body here. Jiva will get another body in the spiritual world. This is the whole point of this discussion. As we are Sachitananda, we have the chance through this human form of life to go to that state. Please understand this. Because we should use this valuable human form of life for that purpose. And we shouldn't have any other purpose for this. Is a human form of life meant for earning? Let us see that. If this human form of life is meant for earning, then can I carry anything while I'm going? Oh Prabhu, where am I going? Am I going to Dubai? No, no, no. Once after we leave this body. If I'm going to Dubai, I'll carry. I'm not saying that leaving. I'm saying leaving of this body. Prabhu, I don't have any conviction that I'll stay afterwards. No, no. If you don't have conviction here, you'll get that conviction. Don't have conviction, we'll discuss about that only. For 10 classes, you get that understanding. Because we will be there after this. Just like we are thinking now, we'll be thinking after this. Recently, my mother got a dream. Remember, I came 3 weeks back for my cousin's departure. No, she got a dream yesterday. Not yesterday, a few days back. She was telling me yesterday. Stating that he came in the dream. And he's stating, now how he would come to this particular person's dream? He's telling, you told some nice words to me. Thank you so much for that. My time is up. I'm heading to my next journey. He spoke few things. I'm going to another state. I will not be there. I will not be here in this particular state. I'm heading to another. Hare Krishna. Excuse me. Are you hearing any disturbances in the background? Hare Krishna. Are you hearing any disturbances?
Yes,
Right.
somebody's talking.
Yeah, little bit.
Little bit. 1 second. Let me go to other room. That's why I was asking. 1 second. Hare Krishna. Can you hear me now? Much better?
Yes, Prabhuji, thank you so much. Okay.
So how is that person, after leaving the body, coming into the thoughts of another person? So that means there are few things which are working. Not just to my mother, I'll tell about a devotee who came to me at least 5 to 8 times after he left his body. At least 5 to 8 times. He's talking, he's speaking. So there are various situations and scenarios, which are not in our control, which we don't perceive. So it's a very clear thing that there are so many things which are working on the background. And Gita is the answer to everything. When it says Sanatana, when the Supreme Personality, when Radha Chandra, Krishna, when he says Sanatana, that means it is eternal. It's clear. Sanatana means you'll be here. You'll be there. Here or somewhere else. You'll be there somewhere. But you'll be there. It's like that person is telling, my time here is completed. I'm heading to my next place. No, he doesn't know anything about Gita before that. That he heard any Gita? No, he never heard. He never practiced anything. Now he's telling, I'm seeing great personalities. Now I'm heading to my next journey. They're asking me to do this job, this service, that's it. He's telling what service he is doing also. He's telling that I have to head to the forest somewhere. I don't know which plane, which realm, which forest. We don't know. We have no idea. 14 planetary system. Brahmande Brahmita kon Bhagyavan ji Guru Krishna Prasad Bhakti Lata. ఆ బ్రహ్మ భువనాలు ఒక పునరావర్తి అర్జున మాముపేత కౌంతే పునర్జన్మన విద్యతే. That means in this entire 14 planetary system, the Jiva can go anywhere based on his activities. But the Jiva will not cross this. Please understand. The Jiva will only cross this when he gets unlimited, unalloyed mercy of the Acharyas of the Lord. Through their mercy on you, one can cross over this. Otherwise, there is no matter what we do, it's not possible to cross over this. That is why the process of Shravana and Kirtana, the process of Smarana, process of services, it's a way to observe ourselves into that state, into that realm, into that consciousness. I'll tell you something. We think that we can do so much with this body. We think. But it will take few hours. It will take only few hours. Not even few hours. Few minutes. To understand I cannot do anything with this body. Because if the energy of this body is completely taken away from this body, can we do anything? We just sit. The consciousness is working. The consciousness can think, but the body cannot act. Body cannot. The body has to go through that healing process again to come to that natural state. Exactly. The process of Krishna consciousness depends on our desires. If you want to be the controller, you will be given that controlling position. You will be given that controlling position. Through that controlling position, we will remain here as a controller, but we cannot go out of this controller state. Because this state is for controllers, dear. Please understand. This place of material world is a state of confinement. Confinement means what? In confinement, you have certain habits which you have to cultivate. If you cultivate that certain habits, you'll be here. So the moment I become the controller, which is the unnatural of our nature, this is unnatural state, which is not natural for us. But through this unnatural state, through this controllership, when we experience some happiness, and that happiness, when it stays in our heart or in our consciousness, the jiva is aspiring for that more. That's the whole idea why Hiranyakashipu was aspiring for that. Hiranyakashipu wanted to be the controller of these three worlds. Likewise, as a small Hiranyakashipu in this world, everyone wants to control so many things of this world. Through that controlling shift, what is happening? One will get some name, one will get some fame, one will get some prestige, one will get some profit through that. And if he doesn't know what to do all of those things, he will be a total failure in this world. Actually, becoming controller is itself a failure. What to speak of getting name, fame, profit, adoration through that? Because a person becomes controller means he will expect all of those things. Name, fame, profit, adoration. He doesn't look for loving relationships, but rather he will look for his own thing, his own selfish propaganda, his own selfish agenda. Oh, please understand this. So, even a thought to have this controllership into our consciousness, we should be very fearful with that. Forget about putting the thought into action because there are certain sections of people who try to do so many things. They have so many plans. This, that, so many other things. They don't put them in action. Why? Because they are doing all of those plans through the state of controllership. Plans through the state of controllership will not show any manifestation. Now you can ask, Srila Prabhupada was also thinking so much. Why it took 40, 50 years? Krishna wants to show the greatness of Srila Prabhupada to this entire world. You see, my devotee, when he desires big. You see how that big desire is this much. This much. Cannot even understand how much that is. And for that to manifest, it took 40, 50 years. That means Lord is always present. It's like, Hare, Jiva is always present. Lord is not always present. Obviously, Jiva is there. Lord is always there. Krishna is always there. He's always there. At every moment, he's there. We don't have that consciousness to see him at every. Sadhaka has to work on this. Sadhaka has to aspire for this. Oh, my dear Lord, please give me this consciousness. Enough of this Kama, Krodha, Lobha, Moha, Mother. I'm sick of this. Please, I don't want this. Please help. This Kama, Krodha, skilling the consciousness. Because Kama, Krodha, how they manifest? They desire, manifest through desire something. You aspire for something, you get something. You do something, you get another thing. And through that, we get karmic reactions. Through that karmic reactions, there's an action, then you get a reaction. For that reaction, again, you have to suffer. Again, after suffering, again, you do some action. Again, you get a reaction. Is this how this entire creation is? It is. That means it's a cyclic way. You do something, you get something. Again, you do something, again, you get something. So where is the stop for this? Whenever the jiva's desires are purified, for this you would require strong association. The jiva's desire has to be purified. Through that purified desires only, one will actually understand. Yes, I'm part and parcel. Because if the jiva is continuously thinking, smarana, the jiva is continuously aspiring for that state. That I have to think. How can we leave? How we should ask this question, why did I left my master? Why did I left him? Why did I have fallen into this pathetic material state? That this material world doesn't have any substance. I think that I have substance here, but I don't see any substance or value here. What's happening? Why is this? Then he'll get an answer. It is through our unwanted desire to enjoy independent of the Lord. This unwanted desire to enjoy independent of the Lord is there today also. This is the exact proof. It's a clear show that there is a previous life. Just like we are discussing about the future, previous is also there. You were there in the past. Mattune tam jatunasu. Mattune me janadikam. We were there in the past. We did activities in the past. We don't have to be jealous to anyone in this world. One person might be a millionaire. That's okay. His previous karma is good. That's why he become a millionaire. That's okay. His prarabdha is good. That's okay. But that's temporary. In this life, he's a millionaire. Next life, we don't. If he has more credits, he'll become another millionaire. If he doesn't have any credits, then he'll go to the next state, like another human form of life or animal life. Next state, we don't know. We don't have to be jealous to anyone in this world. It's all based on their own prarabdha. It's all based on their own give and take. That's why this process is very authorized. A lot of people, due to insecurity, they become envious towards other persons. Ah, why him? Why only him? Ah, why this person is a big man? Why not me? Ah, you don't have to compare in this world. So we shouldn't teach children also. We shouldn't teach children. You see, this person is very nice. Why are you not like that? It's okay. That person is that person, this person is this person. Your child also has some good qualities. You appreciate that. You fan those qualities. You tell your child, oh, you see, you have this good quality. You cultivate this. You're doing this great. Do it, do it. Then they will get inspiration. Or you are telling that person is doing something else, which your child doesn't know anything. How are you comparing both of them? Your child will be dejected. He'll forget what he's doing. Likewise, we will be dejected in this world. This world is not for dejections. This world is for corrections. We are not here to get dejected. We are here to get corrected. That means not every person can do in this way only. Every person has their own prerequisites. Everyone is confined here. This is material world. Material world means confining. Just like in Vrindavan, gopis, they left their husband and then they went to Krishna. Krishna, Krishna, where are you? Where are you? Where are you? That you cannot do that here in this material. You cannot leave in America and then just come to Ongol just directly tomorrow. You cannot do that. You have confinements. Can't do. Even if you have a desire, you can't. You have confinements. Yes, the gopis, they just left. Can't do that like that. Because our prarabdha won't allow us to do that. So many restrictions in this. That means if a person is not doing that, if a person is not doing this, if a person is not doing that, how do we accept them? As it is, with love, affection, care, not with anything else. Just like how Krishna accepted us. You know how Krishna accepted us? As it is. He did not say, oh, you're doing this, that's why I accept you. No. I remember spiritual master telling recently, Hare Krishna is Krishna is taking care of elephants, tigers, bears, pandas, all the animals, bats, all the flowers, fruits. It's accepting everyone. Are they doing anything in return? No. No, why is he accepting? Why is he taking care of everyone? Out of love, out of affection. Then he said, if you dedicate your life to Krishna and you say, Krishna, everything belongs to you, Let's say, let's say. You say Krishna, everything belongs to him. Say spiritual master, everything belongs to him. मानस देह जो किसी अर्पुलतो उपगनंद किशन. That means if a person who is not doing anything, Krishna is taking care of them. So if a person wants to do everything to Krishna, how much caring he will do, how much care he will. Unimaginable. We cannot understand. We cannot understand that reciprocations. But there is that state also. We should understand there are different states here. There is that state. That means Krishna, I belong to you. Spiritual master, I belong to you. Krishna Shiva said, I belong to you. My dear master, I belong to you. That caring is different caring. There is general caring, it's different care. There is specialized care. Please understand. That means at that moment, what is happening is Krishna personally intervenes into your life and then he personally takes care of you. For sure, there is no doubt about it. I'm assuring that Krishna personally will intervene in your life. And he'll take care. Why? And he will take care. Why? Why? What is the reason? What is the reason of the personal intervention? Because this child wants to turn towards you. Because this child is understanding through the association, is understanding through the association of the spiritual master, is understanding that I am everything. Is understanding that Krishna is everything and is turning towards him. This turning process, any jiva is turning in this material world, in the spiritual world, they will discuss this subject matter. Oh, this jiva is turning. Oh, this jiva is surrendering. Oh, this jiva gave up everything. This jiva is doing this. This jiva is doing that. This jiva is doing that service, this service. They'll discuss in the spiritual world. This is what he said many years back. So, what am I trying to say is, dear devotees, Krishna actually confirms this in Gita. Sarvadharman parityajat mamekam sharanam vrajat. Aham tam sarvapapujya mokshesham mashucham. Don't worry, I'll take care of you. Prabhupada was asked this question, Swamiji, we committed so many sinful activities. Since our childhood, they are very honest, dear devotees. That is the best quality. Prabhupada disciples were very honest to the perfect, perfect master, perfect disciples. Very honest. They said they openly declared, Swamiji, we committed so many sinful activities. We engaged with a lot of women. We engaged with eating meat, so many other things. Prabhupada, Swamiji, can we come out of all these things in this very lifetime? And Prabhupada said, very moment you can come out of these things. Because Krishna is so kind. All he's asking is Sarvadharman Paritya, just surrender everything. Mamekam surrender. I will take care of it. Krishna is taking care of everyone in this world. He will have special plan to their souls who come to that state. Whoever is aspiring for that state is a beautiful state. Because we should experience that. Experience. Oh, actually, since last 2 days, I was going through so many difficulties. It was a very joyful experience. My body was not reacting in the right way. I let it rest for a couple of days. Oh, seems to be little active. I told my spiritual master one thing a couple of days back. I put up a message and then I said, Prabhu, after messaging you, I did full obeisances. After putting the message, I messaged that also. Lord, my everything. I offered full obeisances. I had no energy also to offer obeisances. I put full obeisances to him. I had so much fever. I was unable to stand also. The full message, full obeisances. Because that is my respect to him. Because it is only through his presence in my life where I'm able to understand little Krishna consciousness through his mercy. So relationship do matters. Through relationship, we don't feel controllership. Through relationship, we don't feel pride, arrogance. Because relationship is a solution. Do we ever feel pride or do we ever feel arrogant with our parents, dear devotees? If you have genuine relationship with them, we don't. I don't. I assume you also don't. Because whenever you have that genuine relationship with anyone in this world, we don't feel any controllership. We don't want to dominate them. We don't want to take some ownership from them. And if it is happening in the material plane, a relationship with spiritual master is eternal. Please understand. Just like this Atma is eternal, relationship with the spiritual master is also eternal. If you have a relationship with that kind of a person who is eternal, you're also eternal. The relationship is also eternal. In that eternal state, you don't see any duplicious nature. You don't find any, what do we say? Controllership. The center attitude is not there. And the doership is not there. See, Prakriti Kriyamanani Gune Karmana Sarvasa is there for material plane. Ahankara Vyudatma Karta Hamitimanti is there for material plane. Not in the spiritual realm. Because in the spiritual realm, it is not required. Please understand this. The mind troubles the jiva when the jiva immediately gets the thoughts of this controversy. That means the mind is taking our control, taking his control on us. That means we are becoming the puppet because the mind is taking the control. Because to that control, what is happening is our natural state we are forgetting. That's why spiritual science is very important because this science is is not that kind of a science which you you try to understand and then try to mimic or try to do something else. These are all in a different states. Please try to understand. There are various realms here. Here itself. In this plane only, different states. One should aspire for that. Very, very important. So when we aspire for that state, what happens is we don't get desires to control this world. That means the mode of hearing should also be different. The mode of hearing is let me please this person. He's my master. I'm trying to follow what he's telling. If we have that attitude, that is the best attitude. Because when we have that state, it directly goes into the heart. I'm telling you that also. If we have right mentality, right consciousness, right respect to the person from where we are hearing through the relationship, then the controllership will be written by their mercy. By the mercy of the Guru Parampara, it will be remain. Because Guru Parampara is doing that only. They have unlimited mercy. Lord has given unlimited mercy. Just like Krishna gave mercy to Brahmaji. Brahmaji has Krishna's mercy and his mercy. He gave that mercy. Naradji has Krishna's mercy, Brahmaji's mercy, Naradji's mercy. And he gives that to Madhvacharya. Madhvacharya has all the other mercies and he has his own mercy. That's why the Krishna's mercy, when it comes to Srila Prabhupada and his followers, the mercy is expounding so much. So that mercy is a protection for us in this world. Otherwise, there is no hope in this world. What do we have in this world? Ahara nidra bhayamayatunam cha? Do we have anything great other than this? We simply have to eat, sleep, maintain these bodies, dead bodies. Nothing else. There is nothing else in this world. Now, what is the hope in this world? The mercy of this Guru Parampara. Mercy of Shiva Prabhupada. His wonderful followers. That is the only hope for us. Please understand this. If we have this state, dear devotees, our taking up of this process will be different. Dear devotees, I'll tell you something. Before I met my spiritual master, the conception of surrender was not there in the consciousness. I know it's there in the book, but that's not there in the consciousness. It's there in the book. I've studied. I speak also. That's there. That is not manifested in the heart. But the desire was there to do pure devotion service. That desire, Krishna invoked the mercy of pure souls. Through the pure soul's mercy, things will manifest. Might not be in this life, next life, next life, next life, next life. But the desire is there. It will manifest. Whenever Krishna fulfills that desire. So with that aspiration, we should lead one's life. That's why that is the whole point I was telling about the desires. How desires are very important. Cultivate that good desires. Please understand another important aspect. Through those good desires, what is happening is, if the other devotee has those desires, one shouldn't be envious to that. That's very important. If the other devotee is doing it, we should be grateful for that. We should see that mercy of Guru Parampara is flowing through it. But we shouldn't be envious to it. Because that when we become envious to that person, what happens is our desire which we had cultivated before that will be removed. Not just that desire will be removed, the taste which we are receiving before, the little taste in Krishna consciousness, that will also be removed. When whoever is doing should offer obeisances. Great Prabhu, you are doing great services. Please continue. Please continue your wonderful services. We should continue our thing, he'll continue his thing. Sportive spirit should be there. Team spirit. Sankirtana spirit should be there. Hare. I think I'll stop here. Anyone has any questions? Amar Rachna Mataji, did that answer your question? Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Dandavat Pranam. Yes, Prabhuji.
Actually, when I first joined the class, I didn't see you in the class. So I was just thinking, Rachna Mataji, very shameful. Just I thought about that within a minute only you came to the class. Thank you so much for joining.
So that was the desire, Prabhuji, my desire of listening and your desire of speaking.
I was thinking, I was deeply thinking, Mataji should have been there. So that she asked a nice question. Wanted to. Then
So it's only the relationship,
Krishna
Prabhuji, right?
accommodated that. Yes, Amma.
So it's only the relationship, Prabhuji. Once that relationship is developed with the Guru, then we will do everything as it is said in Krishna consciousness.
That is the secret of everything.
Yes, Prabhuji.
So very sad part is nobody likes to have any relationships in this world. There's a reason for that also. Why people don't aspire for relationships is The relationships are very pale in this world. Our relationships are not strong. Because why the relationships are pale? Because everyone is exploiting the other person. This is the whole point. There's no one person's problem here. It's a team effort problem. Because everyone has a tendency to exploit. Because we are here in this material world. Material world means tendency to exploit. And the tendency to exploitation is there, then the relationship will become pale. I tell an example. I told a couple of days back. A person is 55 years old. His wife, they both have two children, 26 and 25. Both are about close to marriage. And then the Mataji, she had a very serious um, issue, gynec issue, that through that gynec issue, it has been said that no, she cannot engage in any of that sexual relationship with husband. Then this person came to know about that. Immediately said, I will give divorce to you. I will get married to another one. So are the relationship just on this body? Just is she just an instrument to give some happiness to that husband? Is she nothing more than that? So the world has degraded so much. That's why the relationships are very pale in this world. So when we say relationships, it's very difficult because nobody wants to establish them. But unless and until that relationship is established, there's no progress in Krishna consciousness. Because Krishna consciousness is totally dependent on relationships. Because through relationships only one will do bold steps in his life. One will make great advancement. He will not even understand. I have done all these things. I have come out of all these things. He has no idea. It happens just like that. I told you, right? Guru Parampara Mercy comes through. You see, through relationship, you will never put any person down. If you feel relationship, you never put anyone down. And that kind of relationship we should feel first with our spiritual mission, with the acharyas. Then what happens is, you'll see everyone on the plane. You'll see everyone like-minded. You'll see them advaita, non-envious. For example, if I tell anyone something to do, if they are not doing it, I'll understand why they are not doing it. For that, I don't have to be envious towards them. For that, I don't have to drop out the relationship with that person. Oh, this is lacking in this world. Now that person wants to divorce his wife. He's been married to her almost. He has a son of 26. That means at least 28 years, 27 years. He's giving her up just like that. Because she's not supporting because she's not supporting him further in his sexual experience. This is how the relationships are in this world. Correct. Thank you. Anything else?
Yeah, Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Prabhuji, Kratu Prabhuji, who passed away in Vrindavan. On 1st of June. So I was listening to his life history when Mataji was saying that he met Prabhupada just once or twice only, and Prabhupada said that there are so many engineers all over the world. You should be a preacher, and immediately he left the job and started preaching when he had to take care of his wife and three kids. So in just one meeting only he developed such deep relationship, and how did that happen? I mean, even after listening so much, we are not able to develop that kind of relationship.
With that conviction in the process. He was convinced what Srila Prabhupada told him. He gave his life. What he said is true. He was feeling that relation. I've seen devotees now also. When they feel the relationship, they give up everything. They're preaching. They're practicing Krishna consciousness. They don't carry anything. They give up everything. Even today it is happening. But further they should feel that relation. What you said is very true. Why it doesn't happen today? Because we don't feel that much relation. We don't feel their presence. The moment we feel that things will manifest. We don't take this as an emergency. In Vidyara Vilas's song, Bhaktivinoda Thakur Maharaj is telling, my time has spent uselessly in so-called education. He's a barrister. He's a High Court judge. He studied in London 150 years back. So my time, where this time went, I don't use it anymore. But my time was wasted. He's repenting for that wasted time. See, if a person is feeling that relation, then they will see all these manifestations coming in their consciousness. Because time is very powerful. Through that one relation, through that one conversation, there's a lot of devotees like that. In Prabhupada met only few conversations. Through that few conversations, they gave up. But as Kali is progressing, things will become difficult. Things will become difficult. Now things are difficult. 100 years later, it will be even more difficult to practice. After 100 years later, it will be even more difficult. That means 50 years back, spiritual masters should come and tell. But now they should come, stay with us only. They should be among us. They should take care of us daily. They should take care of our daily needs. They should give us association every day. They should come to us and then give that on a regular basis. And 100 years later, it will be even more. That means what is happening? The change is happening. Because today's consciousness cannot be carried tomorrow. Because thanks to our cell phones, today's consciousness cannot be carried tomorrow. Tomorrow's consciousness cannot be carried after tomorrow. Earlier it was not like this. Earlier they were not even able to hear from Srila Prabhupada. I remember in Vrindavan, devotees in the first there, Maharaj told us once. They were hankering to hear, to receive the tapes from Srila Prabhupada. They're hankering to receive the tapes. They're just waiting. Oh, it's been 1 month. We haven't heard anything from Srila Prabhupada. It's been 1 month. My dear Lord, please, Radhavindan, they're playing to Radhavindan. Please, give us the tapes. Give us the tapes. The moment the tapes came, they jumped onto those tapes. We started hearing. Wow, they're relishing, they're hearing, relishing, they're taking the process. So desire, as I said, right? The jiva doesn't have the desire now. Prithu Prabhu had a desire. He has seen Srila Prabhupada's amazing personality. The moment Prabhupada gave him instruction, this is what Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur says, right? When you met a spiritual master, when you receive an instruction from him, that becomes your life and soul. And if you take that instruction of your life and soul, that is a perfection of your life. That is a perfection of one's life. That becomes the life and soul actually. Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur Maharaj says. There's a manjari directly came from the spiritual world. He tells. That's what exactly he did, Prithu Prabhu. That's what exactly we should do. Should follow. You see the instructions, take that instruction in the life and soul, may follow. General instruction is to follow 4 regular principles, chant 16 minutes. Specific instruction. The specific instruction is being given based on the nature of that particular person. Prithu Prabhu's nature is that. What's the proper given that? Prithu Prabhu's nature is to praise the science of Krishna consciousness. He gave him that. And all his life he did that. Hare Krishna. Is it okay, ma?
Yes, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Anyone else?
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Please accept my humble obeisances for all goes to Srila. Prabhu, thank you so very much for the beautiful class, for the beautiful message. Lot of points discussed. One thing on kind of takeaway as well as observed from what's going on. I mean, dominating or I'm not able to recall the exact word that you mentioned in the class, but taking over, basically taking over. Once we get to know, unless we hear and get to know the reason, the solution or the reason that you gave the relationship with the spiritual master, if the higher the relationship on the higher plane is not strong, then the relationship in the lower plane, the here in this material world, they wouldn't be strong. From that, frustrations would come. Dominating nature.
Because there is no reason, right? There is no valid reason which is holding up that. That is the whole point why people leave the moment. Because there's no reason why to continue. There is no relation. One will not feel the reason to continue. Please continue.
No, Prabhu, I will. That is always, if we try to check, we have to try to check our heart in many scenarios or situations. They come, they are like now that I'm realizing, they are like tests, not to check. Krishna is like checking how would my child respond in this situation. So at that point, we are sadhakas, right, Prabhu? If we really check our heart, take a moment, and as you said, to get that thought, to take a moment and to hear the real hearing of the heart, as you always says, simple life. There should be simple life. Too many things. Again, too many things having in our plate is again dominating. We wouldn't even know that it is dominating, actually. I wouldn't even know that it is dominating. I would just think, okay, it's going along with, okay, I have a responsibility. I've been given this service, so I have to. However, slowly, if we don't have that relationship on the higher plane with the spiritual master, and again, levels of relationship, as you said, right? The stronger it is, the stronger it would be at the lower plane also. Well, there wouldn't be a lower plane at that point. Everything would be higher, spiritual, transcendental. So, yes, Prabhu, it all, it, please correct me, it all starts with the simple living, to not aspiring for too many big things. As you said, Krishna is taking care of all the animals, plants, even his devotees. Yesterday in satsang we were reciting Chaurashtakam, the Bilvamangal Thakur, I believe it was. The first time I was deeply reading the translation as well at the bottom. And whatever you said, it's exactly the same translation in the translation of each verse. Go find a spiritual master, surrender unto him. I mean, summary part of it. So, thank you so very much, Bro. Krishna consciousness is completely internal, as you say, completely internal. So, have to check the heart and inquire, and then only progress. And that progress,
When we,
yes, Prabhu.
see, when we don't become simple, what happens is this material nature will make us complex. That's a problem. That means not becoming simple, there's other way to that. The material nature will ride us into various situations because the consciousness is there. Right? The consciousness will pull us into different states, shows us different propagandas, different agendas through controllership, through doership. It show us, let us do this, let us do that. Let us buy this, let us buy that. It's not required, but we do that because when simplicity is not there, then what happens is complexity comes in. And people like complexity, especially in countries like America and also in India. India is also growing very fast. It's very difficult to get a person who would do household duties at your home. It's difficult. It's getting difficult, especially in cities like Hyderabad, big towns. It's getting very difficult. Why? Because people are so much absorbed in other jobs. Nobody is there to do these jobs. That's why it's becoming very expensive. So simple, when people are thinking on a complex level, simplicity is reduced. When there is no simplicity, not to Krishna consciousness is too far. So Krishna consciousness will become rare because the thought or consciousness is totally different. Nobody wants to invest time in the consciousness. Everyone wants to do some service. How many books you distributed? 100. Good. How many books you distributed? 200. Good. How many plates prasad you distributed? 50. Good. How many plates prasad you distributed? 200. Good. With what consciousness you did? Nobody would ask. How are you reacting while you are giving the prasad? What is your state of mind? What is your consciousness while distributing those books? No president will ask this. They'll not ask these questions. They just want to see that their work is done. Only few devotees who are very sincere would ask. They would ask him, "What is your heart?" The moment begins asking that question at the heart level, that itself is an indication that they're not normal persons because they are seeing in their heart also. Because we don't want here to get some numbers. We want to do some work on a consciousness level. We need to do some work on a consciousness level. I remember when I was serving at Nivrinda, our temple president was never putting us the force. So you have to distribute these many books today. You used to just tell, at least for me, you should just tell me, just do yourself. Just never put force anything to me. Do service here. That's it. Wherever you're all, you can do. Whatever you want to do. To do here, there, that service, this service, preaching, do. Just do it. Just do it. That's what he said. So to get that kind of person is difficult. So what am I trying to say is Krishna consciousness is to be done with consciousness. For example, we are very ill, very weak, very down to earth, where there's no energy. At that moment is also consciousness earth. When the mind focuses towards this body, it feels that. But when the mind focuses towards that, the consciousness, it feels something else. When the mind is focusing towards the truth, or the intelligence, or the heart, intelligence, mind, body, intelligence, heart is focusing towards that truth, it's thinking about the truth, glorifying about the Lord, glorifying the Acharyas. It doesn't matter what ailments we have. It's for this. That will be taken. I remember Switcham Master, he had like 103, 104 temperature, fever, heavy, high fever. He came outside his room, outside from his room, and then he started chanting, doing kirtan. So all devotees joined him. So all wondered, they have so much fever. Why is he doing kirtan at this time? Because he was out of this. He was out of this bodily plane. Because he was fully convinced it's not this. I'm not telling that we should imitate this. That's their level. I'm telling, right? Everyone has their different levels. Their consciousness realm is different. Their plane is different. Their thought process is different. Their awareness, their conviction, it's all different. But as a sadhaka, what we can do is we should try aspiring for that consciousness. That comes through surrender. If we are not simple, that doesn't come. One can, because if one is not simple, it's complex. Through complex nature, Krishna consciousness doesn't come. It should become very simple, very down to earth. Through that, it will come. Very important. Because the same mind intelligence can think about the body also. But the same mind and intelligence, if it's thinking about the heart, or the truth, then it is different. Then the plane is different. Then the thought process is different. Then the realm is different. Actually, that is Krishna consciousness. By doing, you're completely depending on the Lord. Through dependence only it comes. Deep dependence. If when you feel relationship only, you'll depend. Otherwise, why will you depend? Prahlad Maharaj, Not that he was depending on the Supreme Personality of Godhead, because he's seeing the Lord at every moment. No, 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 no. Prahlad Maharaj was depending on the Lord because he heard from his spiritual master. Through that dependence, by accepting the words of that sadhu, he followed that instruction continuously through his life. Through that following, Lord showed himself. Through that showing, then he is seeing the Lord everywhere. Please understand. Now that Prahlad Maharaj was seeing the Lord every moment, at every moment. No, it was not there. He was just following the instruction of his spiritual master. It's very important. We need to understand this. There is one stage where, not even one stage, fully he was following the words of his Narada Muni only. How do we know that? Fully was following the words of Narada Muni. When Brahmaji came and asked, when Brahmaji came, and then he told Prahlad Maharaj, now you go to the Supreme Personality of God, you can pacify him. At that moment, it's a very clear indication that he is taking the permission of Narada Muni and all the personalities there. Please understand that. Not that he has forgotten everything, because he's seen the Lord. No? He's taking their permission, then he's going there. Lord was very pleased for that attitude. Please understand this. Narsinga was immensely pleased. Because this is the same consciousness which is there in the spiritual world. Please understand. Why Narsinga was pleased? Why Narsinga put his hand on the head of Prahlad Maharaj? Because of this reason. It's simple. So this you need to understand. I do not have that consciousness, but I'm aspiring. So we should strive for that. Should cultivate that mood. Hare Krishna. Is that okay?
Yes, Prabhuji. Yes, Prabhu. And that simple is not just internally simple as well, not just on a like a body platform, like house and all, not just that, but internally also, right, Prabhu? So
When internally comes, then only he'll come out of this bodily state. Because the soul is very powerful. It can come out of all these difficulties, bodily difficulties. The soul can dictate anything. The soul is as powerful as sun. It's very potent. This is Krishna's creation. Please understand this. Very powerful. It can do so much. I'll tell an example. Srila Prabhupada, one time, Srila Prabhupada was very, was in 70s, 70, 71, 72 at that time. A wooden shelf was falling apart. Generally, it requires 3 devotees to hold that. Prabhupada kept his hand like this. He stopped couple of seconds, just only one hand like this. And then devotees came later. The soul is powerful. Now, how can that person can stop that? Cannot understand. The soul is powerful. The so-called doctors also, they don't understand this in this world. Because they think on the body plane, because their realm is here. 1 second, 1 second.
I think this is Rana jersey. Yeah. No, babe, this is he got here over the this is fit he good. It's on New Jersey.
Hare Krishna. So it's not ordinary thing. Soul is always like that. So it depends on our consciousness again. So how we are taking everything. Hare Krishna. I think I'll stop here. I did not even see the time. Thank you all very much. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. If I spoke anything wrong, please excuse me. Hare Krishna. Thank you all very much.